Stock market investors, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. In today's episode, we're going to talk about SoFi stock and how Cathie Wood bought the dip hard this past week after SoFi reported earnings. Killer earnings, by the way. She bought the stock not once, but twice after the earnings report coming in from SoFi. The stock sold off crazy this week because of the public offering. We'll get into that a little bit later. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us get into YouTube's algorithm. Let's get into the video. SoFi investors, we went on quite the roller coaster ride this week. Shot up to about 25 bucks a share, guys, and then came crashing down, ran back up, and then sold off again. On Friday, down about, what, a little over 6% with after hours, guys. So in this little baby account, I own 310 shares. I own around 4,500 SoFi shares over all of my different brokerage accounts. I just want to be transparent with you guys. And if we take a look, boom, big buy here on Friday, 50,000. And then, what was it, Thursday, she bought way more than that. 328,000 shares of SoFi. So that was a big buy. She only bought, what, 50,000 or whatever. So that was a small buy. Still ripped off around 400,000 new SoFi shares this week, guys. That is great. But if you take a look at your screen right now, SoFi and Ark Invest have quite the relationship. They own 4.4 million shares of SoFi stock, guys. And that represents a significant increase, 118.5% over the last year. They had about 2 million shares prior to that, right? So quite the increase in buying SoFi stock for Ark Invest, right? She owns it in two different funds, guys. Look, I mean, a lot of money here, $80.6 million worth of SoFi stock. All right, guys, she owns 2.2 million shares in the Ark F. That's the FinTech Innovation ETF. And then in the Ark Innovation ETF, her flagship ETF, Ark K, she owns 2.6 million shares, right? About a 3.6% weighting in the FinTech and about closing in on 1% in the Ark K fund. Both of these funds are very diversified, right? Number 9 ranking in RK, 36 across all ARK ETFs. Yeah, here's the note that we just talked about a little bit earlier. She added 328,000 shares, about $7 million worth of SoFi stock. The cool thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the partnership between SoFi and Ark Invest. I'm on my SoFi desktop right now, and we're checking out the Ark Venture Fund that's only available here on the SoFi app. You need $500 minimum to invest in this fund, right? But look, over the last 3 months, the fund's up 12%. Over the last year, up 32%. Really, really good stuff, guys. The max of the fund up 70.46%. So if you got in on the ground floor with 10 G's, you're up 7 grand, guys. Really, really good stuff coming from this venture fund. And you know, 500 bucks isn't a little bit of money, but it's not a huge amount of money either. So you could get in, buy a couple shares of this, maybe if you want. I have a couple of them. I really like it. Historical 18+% return. I'll take that any day of the week, man. And it's really fun in these venture funds getting availability to investments that you wouldn't really get the chance to invest in if you weren't on the SoFi app, right? So really, really good stuff coming over from Ark Invest and the SoFi app, guys. It's a great place to get access to these venture funds. And if you go in your SoFi app to these private equity funds and you check out the Ark Venture Fund, these are some of the companies, I'll zoom in on here, that you're getting access to early. SpaceX, Epic Games, OpenAI, Black Demon, Freenome, really interesting stuff from the Ark Invest side. And if you want to, there's other private equity funds like Fundrise, which is for real estate. We got Cashmere Fund and Private Shares Fund. So you can go in and investigate all these and figure out what basket of venture funds you want to check out. Remember, these are the private equity funds on the SoFi app that you can invest in. So Cathie Wood continues to buy the shares, and she's partners with SoFi. So maybe she knows something that we don't know, guys. So she added about 400,000 shares this week. And if the price continues to slide like it did towards the end of the week, maybe it's a buying opportunity for me. That's what I'm looking at. Under 20 bucks per share, I'm going to start nibbling away some shares. I did sell a little bit of SoFi after earnings, just in case we saw this situation with the offering where the stock continues to sell off for the coming weeks. The jobs report wasn't good either, guys, so that's why we had that big sell-off there on Friday. So be careful in these markets. They've run up considerably over the last year and a half, right? So getting a little cash heavy is a strategy that I am taking advantage of right now. Selling some cash secured puts on SoFi. I just wanted to keep you guys in the know about what Cathie Wood's doing with SoFi and her shares. She owns well over 4 million shares in all of her funds, and the partnership with SoFi and Ark Invest for their private equity funds is pretty cool. You get access to SpaceX. I really like that. OpenAI. I like those type of things in my private equity funds. I love it. Real quick, guys, before we get out of here, SoFi Technologies announces pricing of the public offering of common stock. A lot of shares, guys. We got diluted pretty freaking hard. 71 million shares, pretty much 72 million shares, guys, at a stock price of $20.85. Approximately $1.5 billion before deducting underwriting discounts and commissions and offering expenses payable by the company, guys. So what this means is they issued 72 million more shares of SoFi stock at a price of $20.85. The price seems to have stabilized, so I think most of these shares hit the open market already. So I think we're okay. We'll have to see how the next few weeks kind of play out. But I just wanted to bring you up to speed on what the hell's actually going on. The offering is expected to close July 31st, 2025. So yeah, these shares most likely have hit the open market already. And then they also allowed a 30-day option period to purchase an additional 10.7 million shares of common stock at the public offering price, guys, of $20.85. So Goldman Sachs is doing the underwriting right. They're going to have an option to buy more shares. So if the stock runs up to, 23, 24, 25 bucks in the next 30 days, they're going to be able to buy the stock at a discount, right? So that's great for them. We'll have to see how the stock kind of plays out. I think some macro stuff could drive the stock market a little bit lower, but I just want to bring you guys up to speed on the public offering, the $1.5 billion public offering, guys, and 72 million new shares of SoFi stock are on the market. Guys, if you want more SoFi content, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next video.